Hello and welcome. You're on Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com. Today we are touching on what and how Sri Lanka achieved this magnificent whitewash against Australia. Mind you, the 7th ranked test team whitewashing the number 1 ranked test team has to be very, very rare in the history of the game. Now this hasn't happened to Australia, and as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, Sri Lanka had whitewashed Bangladesh, the West Indies and Zimbabwe, but never a top team. So well done to Sri Lanka, well done to Angelo Matthews. And when one looks at the comments, particularly from the fans, when Sri Lanka lost the series to England and the turnaround, I believe the fans now understand that the form is only temporary and class is eternal. And Sri Lanka certainly showed class in this team, a young side full of talent and also, let's not forget, full of quality. Let's try and pick a few moments where Sri Lanka really turned things around. Let's just concentrate on the third test match. Don't forget, Sri Lanka won by 163 runs. But what about Sri Lanka's first innings at 26 for 5? Do you think we would have ever thought that Sri Lanka could have turned this game around at 26 for 5? Now that's where Dhananjaya De Silva rose to the occasion. Dhananjaya had a good start for the test series. In the first test he was all right. Second test he was good. He got his 30s and 40s. But we saw the best of Dhananjaya De Silva in this game. Now what I like about him is the maturity he showed. Now he's only 24 years. Now I wonder whether you noticed, I certainly didn't, any bit of nervousness in his batting. When he went in at 26 for 5, he looked so natural, the shots he played was so natural, and even when he was on 90, normally they say nervous 90s, I saw nothing nervous about him. He just got from 90 to 100 with the greatest of ease. He got Sri Lanka out of trouble with Dinesh Chandimal. It was a magnificent effort which turned things around, which really challenged Australia. From 26 for 5 to 355 indicated that the momentum was swinging towards Sri Lanka. Outstanding. I think that was something that Sri Lanka should be very proud of, having found someone like Dhananjaya De Silva, who he is a top order batsman, bats either at number 1 or 2 or 3, but here he's adjusted to bat at 6. Now, people who know cricket, people who have played cricket knows that it's not easy if you're an opening batsman or if you're a top order batsman starting against the new ball to bat at 6, where you will in all probability start against spin. So it's a different type of game. But Dhananjaya De Silva did very well to adjust and adapt to situations. So he got also 325 runs at an average of 60 plus in 5 innings for Sri Lanka. And well done, Sri Lanka has just unearthed a real gem. Now what about Kausal Silva? I thought he made his bat talk. Now he was under severe pressure, not just from the selectors, not just from the board, but a lot of pressure even from the fans, asking for his axing, a lot of people criticizing him on social media, a lot of people just not seeing how good he was. But with an injured hand, Kausal Silva really once again showed us what a player he is. Really gutty, determined innings. And I also thought that injury that happened to his right hand helped him in a sense to accumulate these runs, because as you know, the freedom is not there to play expansive drives. So you need to be very, very careful. You need to play within a certain limit, and therefore we didn't see those expansive drives of Kausal Silva where he got out caught in the slips when he was driving rather loosely outside the off stump. But this time with his injured hand, he contained himself, and as a result of it, that gutsy second innings 100 was something that showed what a gritty, determined, quality player Kausal Silva is. And I think this 100 hopefully has been a turning point in his career. His third 100 only, but this should be ranked as one of the very best that we've seen from a Sri Lankan opener. Rangana Herath, what more can we tell of him? We've been using so many words and so many ways to describe his quality. To me, he's like a good wine, just getting better by the day, getting better with age. And he's just getting better and better. And I thought the Australians had no answer to his wiles, his guiles, and the way he bowled. The subtle variations was a thing about him. Now, if you looked at Rangana Herath, he's not a big spinner. He's not a mystery spinner, shall we say, like Sandakan. But he's someone who works on the batsman. He bowls different types of deliveries. He bowls a round arm delivery. He bowls a slider. He bowls a slow one. So he does all kinds of things that confuses the batsman. Now, if you saw the way he dismissed Steve Smith, in Pallekele, Smith was almost run out. He was stumped. He just ran down the pitch so much, and then he was stumped. And then both in Galle and at the SSC, he was beaten by a ball that was pitched up, and he was completely foxed where he was looking to play a cut, a non-existent shot. Now this is the strength, and this is what Rangana Herath can bring to the party. 13 wickets and 28 wickets in the series, and I think deservedly the man of the match and the man of the series. And what I fear and what I really don't want to think is what beyond Rangana Herath. As I said before, we've been very, very concerned about the retirement of Kumar Sangakkara, about Mahela Jayawardene, but have we ever considered what might happen if Rangana Herath, or when Rangana Herath decides to retire? He's 38 years, he's not getting any fitter or younger, but Sri Lanka will be hoping that he will continue to remain fit. And I think his decision to give up T20 cricket and 50 over cricket was timely. It will help Sri Lanka in their test part of cricket, where Rangana Herath can continue to try and get wickets and maybe win games for Sri Lanka. Australia, what positives can they take? I think the biggest positive was Mitch Starc. Coming back after injury, he was quite fresh, bowled fast. He was very good with his lines and length. He was short, but bowled very judiciously, but mostly full. He was bowling full and on length, and the wickets he got either caught behind, yorked or LBW, just tells you what a quality bowler he was. And also in difficult conditions. Let's not forget, these are hot and humid conditions, not ideal for fast bowling, and he was the only bowler from either side who consistently bowled in excess of 140 plus, or sometimes even touching 146, 147, when the other faster bowlers were looking to bowl within themselves. So well done to the left-arm fast bowler Mitch Starc. And Australia also had Shaun Marsh coming in for the third test, batted very well against spin, was out to a brilliant catch in the second innings, which I thought was really the turning point for Sri Lanka. Just going into lunch with no wickets down, Shaun Marsh looking very assured. The brilliant catch by Kausal Mendis really opened it up for Sri Lanka, but on the point of Shaun Marsh, I thought he was very good. And having scored 180 plus in his last test, coming here for his next test after a long wait, getting another 100 was simply fantastic. He should be really one of the positives for Australia. Steve Smith continued to look a good player, though I'm sure he won't be happy with his performance. His batting average at Test cricket is just under 60. It's unfortunate that he couldn't match it. And also, one other player that really didn't catch the attention of the public was Mitch Marsh. He's been withdrawn, and he goes back to Australia to play Test cricket because he's been withdrawn from the one-day side. But I think Mitch Marsh is a player who has in the makings of becoming the first real genuine all-rounder for Australia, shall we say, the all-rounder in the making, I should say, because Australia hasn't had an all-rounder, say, a good all-rounder since Alan Davidson, a genuine all-rounder. So this could be the making of the Australian all-rounder, that the one they've been looking for. Right, so the Test series is over. Sri Lanka has whitewashed Australia. Well done to them. So what's going to happen in the one-day series? Now, Sri Lanka obviously will be looking to try and make sure that their run of victory, run of wins will continue. The first one day will be played on the 21st, and there is a probable side that people have been talking about. Tilakaratne Dilshan, in all likelihood, might be playing in his last one-day series, and we might be seeing the normal phases. Angelo Matthews, of course, will captain the side. Dinesh Chandimal, the vice captain, and the likes of Danushka Gunatilaka, Kausal Mendis should be included. But I believe Milinda Siriwardene, Dilruwan Perera should earn a recall. Lakshan Sandakan, Dhananjaya De Silva should be in this side. And there is also speculation that there could be a few new faces, like, say, an under-19 player. We haven't still seen the one-day squad, so we cannot be absolutely sure what the squad is, but this is the speculation. But either way, Sri Lanka will be hoping that this winning form will continue. So that's it on Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com. Thank you for being in our company. We'll join you again very soon.